Hey everybody, welcome back to the Desmworks channel, and it's been a while, apologies for that, but work commitments and a lack of time to focus on the channel has meant I've just been getting the builds done and getting them out the door. However, today's video, back onto the 750 SSIE, because I did film that through to completion. Today's is a little bit of a technical one-off because I'm going to just cover the shift fork itself. I'm going to show you how you strip down and refurbish the shift fork, then reassemble it and put it back into the engine. And I'm also going to show the two ways of setting that fork up. So you'll know I use the earlier Ducati tool, which like centers it based on some known positions, but I'm also going to do the later tool that came out, which positions it via the shift drum, so that you can see those two methods. So let's get into that video now. Okay, so we're going to rebuild the selector fork. So it's made up of a number of different components, but in terms of what we're doing surfacing, we're going to replace the main spring, which sits in here, the arm spring, which sits around there, and then the actual control fork, which is this piece here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just get this circlip off of here. Without shooting it all the way across the room. So you've got circlip, little washer, and then we can just gently take the arm out, and there's our redundant spring. Now what I'm going to do before I put those two bits back on is I'm going to take off the main control spring that we got here. Now to get at that, there's a circlip at the back here. It's always fun to get off. Because it's hard up against there, so you don't get there we go. It's getting the legs of your circlip plier in properly. Oh, so there's our circlip. And then we can just pull that leg off. Now you'll see that it crossed over, so if we just pull that off, that's the old one, there's the new one. You can see that it's lost a bit of that springiness or springiness. Okay, oh, I've got it in upside down, my bad. Let's take that off again. Other way round. I hate this. Stretch your fingers. There we go. Need to get it sitting correctly now. Got to push the spring down enough to expose the circlip groove. There we go, I think I've got it. Should be in. Just check that's firmly in. Yeah. So there we are. Now what I need to do, so you've got a little bolt and screw here, and that operates a little eccentric cam, and you can see the shift fork is acting against those springs. So that piece that when you press your fork you get the spring back, that's done by that spring inside the control fork mechanism. But you need this to be perfectly in the center, and you do it by using this, which drives on an eccentric cam just inside there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch on my micrometer first, zero it, just going to measure what we've got. So we've got 9.88 and 9.4, so got 0.4 difference between the two sides. Unlock that cam nut. Right, and all we need to do is turn that cam. You can see, exaggerating it, how it moves it. So I'm just going to put a bit of tension into that so it doesn't too tight. Just need to loosen it off a little bit. I still need to be able to turn that. Okay. Right. So let's see where I need to get. So I need to get to about 9.6. Oh. So messing around, I've taken it out to 11.3. I'll just put it in the vise so I can tighten it and hold it steady. So let me just check I've got the sizing right. No, that's need to loosen that up again. Still not loose enough. .5. Okay, so we are 9.59, 9.68. And bear in mind that there is just a slight amount of play in there. I'm going to accept that. It's pretty much bang in the center. So what we need to do now is just build the rest of this up. Let me just tidy this up and reposition the camera. Okay, next thing we need to do, so just to let you know, I put a little bit of a paint mark on just so we know if that does come loose, if there's a problem for the owner. Now I just need to reassemble the rest of the fork leg. So it goes in like so. So your spring is acting on the back there and the top there and is looped round. Bring your washer in and then you circle it. And there's something to tap that with. There we go. And that's it put back together. So we're nicely centralised for our main arm in the holder. And your control arm fork is now got a new control arm, new spring, new mainspring. It's been recentered. All we're going to do now is reassemble it into the engine. It literally is as easy as that. And then what we need to do is set the tool up to enable us to center this correctly, and once that's done I'll then tighten this in. So let me just grab that tool. So got the gearbox control fork positioning tool in. I've also got the other tool, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up with this tool and then check it with the other one. So I've also got the actual other tool that they list as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up with the position tool and then I'll show you where it sits. Okay, and now with that in, we'll put the bolts in. Small dab of locking compound. One. This one to 10. This one to 18. Now you can take this tool out and it should rest nicely there. So the tool to check this alignment, put it in second gear. If you grab this other type of tool, what you should see is that pointer lines up with the witness mark on the control arm, which it does. So we're all good. So this tool effectively does the same as that tool. So Ducati over the years have had a couple of tools to do it. So you can get this one for I think about between 11 to 15 pounds. And then I can't remember how much this one cost me when I got it. I've had it so many years, but probably about 20 or 30 pound from Ducati. Okay, that's the gear lever set up. There you go. So that's how we set up the shift fork. Hope you found that of use. If you did, chuck us a like, share the video. Apologies for the little bit of getting some of the footage in and out of focus or out of frame. Filming's not my strong point, as we're well aware on these videos, but I hope you get enough out of that. Any questions, stick them down below and I'll try and answer them as soon as possible. And if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscriber button and notification bell. Next video will be just finishing off the 750 SSIE build, and then I'm back onto the 848 project, and I've got some interesting builds coming up next year, which is work I've not done on the channel before, so I shall enlighten you on the next video. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video. Cheers then, bye.